All right, guys. So the NBA playoffs are heating up, and the best teams are starting to show themselves. So how do I get you involved in the game? You know what you do? Go to our friends at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Enter that promo code DCTV. Bet $5 or more and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. I choose them all. I got to win. So I do that, though, at the DraftKings Sportsbook because I'm a smart guy. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook. Show your basketball knowledge. And then when you're doing that, use my promo code to save a little bit and to get some bonus bets. Bet only $5 or more. Get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Sign up using my promo code DCTV. Bet 5. Get $150 in bonus bets. And show your friends that you're the one. You're the brain when it comes to the NBA and the NBA playoffs. Guys, the games are good. So why don't you get in the game with the DraftKings Sportsbook? Because at the DraftKings Sportsbook, especially when you use that promo code DCTV, that crown is yours. So the other day, Chael and I are joined by Islam Makhachev, and he comes on the show, and he talks to us about the fight with Dustin Poirier, amongst many other things. But there was one thing he talked about that really did make me go, okay, maybe some stability, because we are living in a world now where everybody wants to be the double champion. Everybody wants to go up in weight class and get a second belt. Islam is wanting to do that, but his approach to doing that is different. And the most important thing he said on the interview, because Islam is unintentionally funny, right? But I think it's because of his dry humor and how direct he is in his delivery and the things that he says. So some of it comes off as disrespectful, but it's funny because it really is his truth. So when Islam Makhachev is telling me stuff like, I believe I can wrestle Jordan Burroughs, in his mind, he believed that. Granted, I don't. I don't think he could beat one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, but in his mind, he believes that because he knows that he also puts the work in to accomplish those things. Some of it, I believe, is a little bit over the top, but it is what it is. That's why we love him. But the thing that he said to me that really stuck with me was he wants to be in this division to clean it out before going up to 170. You know, everybody right now wants two belts. And that has become a gift from McGregor. You know, you could love him or hate him. McGregor was the first that dared to do it. And because he dared to do it, he made it possible. It wasn't possible before. People thought or knew that becoming the UFC champion in any form was enough. Like, we thought if you could somehow get your hand on one of those belts, you had made it. And then Conor McGregor said, you know what? Let's do something more. So then I came, and Henry came, and Amanda came. And then Izzy attempted it, and then Volk attempted it, and TJ Dillashaw attempted it. The only reason people started to attempt it is because of his willingness to dare to try it. Love him or hate him, it's the God honest truth. Islam, while he has those goals, wants to fight the guys in the division first. And part of the reason he said he doesn't want to do as many rematches is because it slows down his progress towards trying to accomplish that goal of beating all these guys, retaining his championship, and then trying to go to welterweight fight Leon Edwards or Bilal Muhammad if Bilal Muhammad is the champion after these two guys fight. That's refreshing because we've had champs that get into a weight class and want to go up immediately. But then when Sean O'Malley immediately said he wanted to go fight Ilya, did he realize, well, maybe that's not what the world wants? He goes, okay, I want to fight Merab. Great on Sean O'Malley. Ilya said, I want to fight somebody else. Fans kind of revolt. Ilya goes, okay, I'll fight Max Holloway. Just put your belt on the line, right? everybody seems to take that step towards the ultimate goal too quickly, and then they kind of get put in their place by the fans. That's one thing that I don't know if you guys understand is how much power you wield in decisions that a lot of these fighters make. Because at the end of the day, with no fan support, you don't have much, right? You don't have much. So when people start getting a bit goofy and trying to move divisions and do all these other things, refuse fights and all that, and you uproar, stuff happens. But Islam said he wants to fight them all. He starts with Dustin Poirier. He said after that, he wants to fight, I think, Sarukian, because he feels it's going to be Sarukian because Arman fought so well. He has no problem with doing that. He'll fight Arman. He said after Arman, he'll see what's out there. Because while the division seemed very clear a little bit ago, Max Holloway knocking out Justin Gaethje really did change everything. Because if Gaethje had won, then you had Poirier, Gaethje, Sarukian. You had 3 fights essentially lined up back to back to back. But that doesn't happen. That's not the case anymore because Max got the job done. But Islam is saying he's intent on doing them all, fighting all the best guys in his division before shifting his focus to try to become a champion at 170 pounds. It's a deal now where you come from these great teams and your idea is to be the best from that great team. Right now, the only thing that separates us all, the American Kickboxing Academy, is me being able to hold 2 championships. The moment Islam can do that, if he can do that, he now stands at the top of what was accomplished inside that great gym. That's it. That's the beauty. That is the beauty of being a part of a big team, because your teammates can set goals or set achievements that you can try to pursue and then overcome. That's what the champ said he wants to do. Hey, hats off to him. It gives you something to strive for as you try to chase down accolades and accomplishments that will last you for a lifetime. So good on Islam. Good on Islam. Colby Covington. Guys, I'm kind of going to talk about a couple other things while I'm talking about 170. Colby Covington said that he feels like Bilal Muhammad is sitting on his ranking and he doesn't deserve a title fight. Yo, guys, I love Colby. I think Colby's cool. I think he's a good dude. I think he's fine. But come on, Colby. Come on, brother. Colby can't say or try to determine who gets a title fight right now because of the way he lost to Leon Edwards and the way he fought. And it seems like he's unwilling to fight Ian Garry. So I think he should maybe step back and just like not really say much at all until another fight comes his way. I don't know what the hesitance is to fighting Ian Garry for Colby Covington. I don't know if he just doesn't want to fight back in the rankings, but I think he needs to recognize that in this situation, that's kind of what he's going to get right now because of the way that he lost that last fight and he didn't fight well. And, you know, I haven't heard much in regards to why. You know, generally a fighter will have a bad fight and a bad night, and they will give us a ton of reasons why. I don't know why Colby Covington fought in the way that he did when he fought Leon Edwards on the biggest night, in the biggest moment. For the first time, he just kind of froze up. Because in those fights with Kamaru Usman to become the champ, his first 2 title fights, in the fight with Rafael dos Anjos, when he became the interim champion, he fought to the best of his ability, or at least close to it. So he gave himself a chance. That's why the Usman fights were so close. But in that fight, he froze. And I don't know why, because he's never really told us why. But being the person that is kind of rattling the cage right now, even if that is what made you as popular, or even if that is what made you so valuable, right now is not the time to do it until you win. Because there are certain guys in the UFC that they are one win away from being right back in the conversation. Colby Covington is one of them. As much as you might not like hearing that, he's one of them. Fights well one time. People start talking again like Colby Covington could be fighting for a UFC championship or in really, really important fights. But I will tell you this much. You keep saying no to Ian Garry, you might end up with Shavkat Rakhmonov. Which one do you choose? Because right now, it's going to be one of those guys. I think the days of him with guys that have been around for a long time is kind of over. So he needs to make a decision what he wants to do as a fighter and what he wants to do going forward. Last thing before I go, I spoke about bad nights. Aljamain Sterling said that he would bet his life savings in a rematch with Sean O'Malley because he just had a bad night. Again, what was the bad night? What happened? Tell us why. Now, I know from having personal conversation with Aljamain Sterling why he feels like he had a bad night, but the world doesn't. I know why, but that's because I know him personally. But you tell the world. And I guess people don't say because they feel like they'll be making excuses. But you can't make a statement like, I'll bet everything I have against this guy if I got to fight him again, if you don't tell us why it went so bad the first time. And sometimes you can just like, he was better than me. Guys, I'll say this. The second time I fought John Jones in Los Angeles, I was ready. I'd never been more ready in my life. I trained harder than I'd ever trained in my life. I was more focused. I was more prepared to win that fight than any fight I'd ever had in my entire life. And he beat me because guess what? On that night, he was better than me. That's it. And then I understand, well, what are you going to do to make it different? Then you get to the next question. But to just say I had a bad night and then kind of leave it at that, well, why did you have that bad night? What played into that? What made him better than you? What made him beat you in the fashion in which he beat you? And if it's just, well, he was just better. Okay, what do you do now to make sure it doesn't happen again if given the opportunity? It's as simple as that. Simple as that. But good stuff going on at 155. Love that Islam wants to fight everyone. Colby Covington, at this point, his mouth has gained him a lot of notoriety, popularity, and money. I don't know that he should be running it right now. Aljamain, why'd you have such a bad night? Let us know. We all want to know. And aren't you a featherweight now? You want to fight Sean O'Malley, or you think about going back down? Your boy Marab is fighting him. So if he's going to win, you talking about Sean, that would have to happen at featherweight, right? These are just questions we all have, Aljo. I'm just the guy that the world sends out to ask him. Guys, until next time, like and subscribe. Tell your friend to tell a friend DC's got a YouTube channel, and I'm constantly dropping content. Until next time, peace.